Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life.
By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief?
Welcome to It All Starts Here, the podcast powered by ESCP's Option E, where we explore how bold ideas can turn into meaningful impact.
We are your hosts. I'm Lisa Salvadori.
And I'm Maxime Haddada. Each week, we dive into the world of sustainable and impact-driven entrepreneurship, speaking with founders and change makers who are redefining what it means to build a business with purpose.
In this very first episode, we are starting strong with two inspiring conversations featuring young entrepreneurs who are each tackling sustainability in their own way.
From rethinking supply chains to building circular products and challenging the way we consume, they show us that change doesn't just happen, it's created one decision at a time.
So whether you are an aspiring founder, a curious student, or simply someone who believes business can be a force for good, you're in the right place.
Let's jump in. It all starts here. We are super excited for the first guest of this brand new season of It All Starts Here podcast, as she's actually one of our classmates and friend here at the Option E Paris 2025 cohort.
Her name is Lisa Salvadori. She was born and raised in Tuscany, Italy. With a background in international politics, she now has pivoted to management studies here at ESCP Business School, where she's attending the MIM program.
From a family of business owners, she has now decided to pursue her own adventure. She's the perfect guest for today, as she will give us important insight into the hardships young entrepreneurs like her face in the very first steps of their journey. Hello, Lisa. You're a fellow Option E colleague, and now you're a fellow entrepreneur. Can you tell us what is it that you do?
So, hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Maxime and Doralice for inviting me. Today, as Maxime said, I'm a student, but I also have my business. And basically, what we do is sell poofs, which are furniture pieces. But there's a twist behind the way they're made. So, yeah, do you want me to go deeper into detail?
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, we use recycled material inside and to promote circular economy, and we also try to use particular textiles. For example, we're trying to use sail I don't know how to say, the material that you use for sails, like regatta and stuff like that, for some of the poofs, and for other we're trying to look for recycled polyesters so that they don't go to waste. And yes, that's about it.
Okay, so your whole business is based on recycling materials. So was that part of the motivation that pushed you to do it?
Actually, no. I was doing my internship this summer and in strategy, and the company I was working for basically had a problem with costs. So 90% of the materials, of the raw material they used will go to waste, meaning they either had to discard it, sorry, or or to sell it again at a lower price than the one they purchased it at. And so I had the idea that since the material is very free, it's like a waste, so it's little particles, that we could use it to fill some products. For example, it all started when this designer came to us and she needed to decor a new opening, and we tested it during that occasion, and it worked. So then I decided to go forward with this idea.
And why poofs?
Because, as I said, the material is mostly made for fillings. So now it's poofs, and we'll see one day if the line expands. But we noticed by doing some market research that it's something that's very well known and very well used. It's not very particular. Like, everybody likes poofs. Maybe then not everybody owns one, but it's not a new, particularly groundbreaking idea, and it's something that can relate to more people. Like IKEA has poofs, and a lot of also designer brands have poofs, like Zanotta. So yeah, we thought it would be good.
And do you remember the exact moment where the idea came into your head? As in, like, what were you actually doing that day?
And I don't remember. I think I was at my desk, and the designer came because we had made just I think 5 of these poofs for her, and she needed to come pick some more up. And she came and she gave us feedback about these poofs at this it's a bar. Kind of thing, and she said that she saw people enjoying it and that the owners gave very positive feedback, and so I was like, maybe we could sell them next time.
Okay, so now more about the who you worked with. So did you have any help with the process?
Yes, I of course had the company I was interning for, because I'm purchasing the material from them, and they gave me the right to use it, even though now we have how do you say, in agreement we decided to patent the material and its usage, so we only us can use it. And because it's a very easily sourceable material, so I mean, once you go online, and then I'll explain everything, like it's very easy to be copied. But I had the company I was interning for as a help, and then also this designer, because then we designed the poofs in a very specific way that recalls to the sailing word. And then also had the person, the professional who helps us for the e-commerce part. And yes, and also the people who are actually how do you say, making the the cover for the poofs. I don't know how to say it. Yes, the sewers. Yes.
Okay.
And so yeah, I had a big team behind me.
Okay. And is it patentable? Like, I'm not exact. Like, how? What is different about the material you're using today
It's
that
not
you were able to?
uh what do you mean? No, it's the same material we were using at the beginning. The only thing is that for as far as I know, in terms of patents, the only things that are not able to be patented are things that you can find in nature, like natural ingredients. Like you cannot patent vitamins or like stuff like that. But for example, you can patent particular forms of stuff. For example, this is basically a derivative of polysterol, and so it's very easily buyable. It's cheap, and it wouldn't be like, it would be maybe difficult to make it the way that we use it, like uh, make it in these small particles. Like for us it's easier because the company that we buy it from, they already make it by default, like it's waste for them, but it wouldn't be too difficult for other people as well. So you can patent the form of the product and also what it's used for. So we patented also the way that it can be used. And yeah.
Amazing. And just to know, like, what was your everyday life like at the beginning? As in, like, when you started, how much work was it? How?
At the beginning it was difficult because I was being the intern and also doing this, so I would have to go actually fill on my own the poofs, because like it was a very like tough period, like tough meaning there was a lot of work for the company I was interning for, so the people working in the factory could not also help me, so I would have to go and fill like by hand these poofs, and because we had to have prototypes and we had to show the people that we were like trying to sell it to, and also because we needed to have an idea every time, because we did a lot of tests, a lot of tries. We had two prototypes upstairs for when clients came, for them to test the poof. We had to have the prototype to show, like to see if the outer side was good, or if we had to make it bigger, if we had to buy a bigger bag inside for the material. And so at the beginning was like, I would say 5 or 6 hours in the factory, because it was very difficult for me as on my own. I wasn't properly equipped. Like I was properly equipped, meaning I had the right shoes to go into the factory and everything, but I didn't have the necessary tools.
So in a sense, you had to adapt yourself towards like
Yes,
trying to actually test the product and
yes.
everything. And how long did that take for you to
To test the
validate?
product.
To
Well, I would say from this was end of May, and I would say until the beginning of September,
Okay.
mid of September, yes, because we weren't sure.
Okay, so going from idea to execution, so actually registering your company, how long you think was the time more or less?
It wasn't from when I started. It was I registered the company in the, I think, beginning of September. So when we were kind of sure that the idea worked, and the process of registering companies in Italy is actually not that long. Like I didn't do SRL, so it was a simple company, so it was very short. But like deciding to actually create the company was long because, of course, having a company, it's a risk. Like once you have it, like it's another human being, let's say, like it's another entity that's there. You cannot just act like it doesn't. Like you have duties as well against the company and the state. So it's a bit of a pressure, and the people you have to pay and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. And would you do anything differently now that you have started actually going through producing whatever
So one
you're
thing
producing?
I did at the beginning, I think, or at least after I spent hours of filling these spoofs, was kind of like being chill about it. Like you have to be chill in life, but and this is something I try to change about myself as well. Like I wouldn't waste time because I think that it took maybe a bit longer than it should have, because sometimes I will be like, okay, I'll do it later. Like I will postpone, which is not, I would, it's not something I would recommend doing. Like you have, when you have a business and if you really like it, enjoy it, you should concentrate on all your energies on it. And I think, yes, things can be postponed, but it's always better to do it first. Also, one, because maybe tomorrow, like if I waited a day longer, somebody would have stolen my idea, okay, or something like that. And also because um, it's not, when you have a company, you don't rely on yourself, there are other people involved, and you have to count their timing as well. And so, like, it takes longer in the end anyway, but if you postpone and waste time, it's even worse. So I think at the beginning that was a bit my attitude, but because I wasn't really planning on funding the company at the beginning. So like at the beginning I was a bit
So for you, it was more just like an idea to try and explore?
yes, and maybe, I mean, it's, yes, like, and it's okay to be chill in that case, but like if, like now I think looking back, if I been faster sometimes, it would have been better. I mean, now we're here anyways, we're doing everything we can, but yeah, it would have been easier also maybe.
Okay, so what's the next step for your business? What are you working on right now? And
So
what's coming?
now the next step would be finally, like, officially being online, because of course me being in Paris is not helping. I have helping people back in Italy, but of course it takes longer and communication sometimes can be tricky. But so I officially being online, and yeah, and see how it goes from there, and then plan the next steps, which I already know, but I don't want to spoiler everything on here.
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
keep you guys on your toes.
And if you want to shout it out, I don't know if you already like decided on the name of the company
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah.
and where to find you.
The name of we don't have a website yet because we're starting on of Amazon,
Hmm.
because it's a strategy thing. Like Amazon is the most used web commerce online, so we're using as a kind of like a window, like window shopping, And but the name is Poof with three F's. We also have registered that as
Love it.
a trademark. So yes,
Impressive. Well, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
It was
thank you
very nice
It
guys.
was a
talking to
pleasure.
you and getting insights out of you. And yeah, good luck with your venture and wish you the best.
Thank you for inviting me.
Before we jump into the next interview, if you're loving It All Starts Here, make sure to follow us on Instagram at itallstartshere.podcast and share with your friends. Thank you.
For the second conversation, we have two very special guests, Fortune Okey Duru and Giulia Francescatti, who I met back in the day during my bachelor degree in Venice. After our degree in business administration and management, Fortune has had an outstanding career debut as a product developer at Bottega Veneta, Valentino, Balenciaga, and now Zimmermann.
Julia instead continued her studies at the Milano Fashion Institute, pursuing a master's degree in brand and sustainability management, and is now a product developer at Essilor Luxottica. They started their creative studio Love a couple of years ago, and today they are here to share their experience with us. Hey Fortune, hey Julia, thank you for coming today on today's episode. We're gonna start by asking you what is it that you exactly do at Love Made Love?
So basically, well, let me introduce myself firstly. So my name is Fortune, and I'm here with Julia, who
Hi,
is
nice to
my
meet you.
yeah, she's my partner, and we started this project together while we were in uni, and actually, I was bored, so I started sketching some stuff, and I will always wondered like I would love to have some stuff made based on what I want, and I found out Julia actually took a sewing class, so we actually linked up and we tried to start this project where we were able to create clothing that we would wear and that we loved, mainly by using discarded fabrics and sourcing discarded materials as our raw materials for pattern making and so on. And that's how we started the project. Basically, we didn't have a name at first. We try to call it Revive, as the aim was actually to revive old garments into and bring them back to life into new shapes and forms. And but then at the end of the day, we
Hmm?
came to the name Love, actually, because we found out that what we were doing was actually mainly because we enjoy doing it. So Julia and I would take time to discuss on how shapes and forms, silhouettes, and whatsoever, but mainly doing it because we had a certain objective, and we loved the fact that we were able to create stuff on our own and using our source materials that we usually um, maybe collect or find through discarded garments or unused garments whatsoever. So we actually I don't know how to say how what we do in terms like of if you want to put a term on it or if you want to label it as a work or as a job. But what I can tell you is that whatever we are doing it because we love it, we enjoy it, and we um want to create stuff that we love. So basically we're just creators at this point. That's how I would put it.
Okay, thank you for this inspiring introduction. So, one of the points that are your main differentiation points, as you mentioned, is that you resource discarded materials. You use discarded materials. So, where
Yeah.
do you actually find these pieces? Like, how do you come across uh, those pieces that are going to become your next uh,
Yeah,
creation?
so a lot of the time, if people know that you will use the materials that are not being used by them or that they would like to discard, a lot of the time, people would just give me either garments or simply materials, or I would find from different places, for example. Maybe we would go to places where they have fabrics that are discarded from the big industries, because they are too small of a piece, or they won't use it because it's old. So basically, what we do is we try to find, either we start from an idea and then we source the materials, or we find the materials, or the materials are given to us and then we create the idea inspired inspired by the objects.
Okay. So from what we understand is that like sustainable considerations were like one of the biggest factors in deciding to start your creative studio. So we just wanted to ask, why is it the case? Why is it like a big issue today in fashion?
Absolutely. So what Fortune and I were discussing when we got together at first, we were saying that how incredibly disruptive the fashion industry actually is right now, and how that would really make us angry, because in our opinion, fashion is something that should be beautiful and should be a piece of art. And we do not like the fact that it just became something out of an industry that disrupts everything around it. So what we wanted to do is we would like to take what's already existent and make it into something that people would really want to use, instead of just keep buying and then discarding. So we had the idea because basically what is going on in the world makes us angry about it, and so we thought this was the way.
Okay, so going off of this conversation, where do you see the future of fashion going, since this is the situation? If you have any inside idea
Um,
or thought.
as so we firmly, like as Julia stated, we started this because obviously we weren't so happy with the current business model that fashion brands have adopted, especially since after and post COVID. uh, and the overconsumption of fashion products has increased significantly. So what, as a person who also, works in the industry, a lot of companies actually are working on reducing and the impact of um, emissions, and also trying to make the business models more sustainable. Companies have opened the sustainability departments and have invested money also in R&D in the sustainability area. But as of now, I believe that we are still way far from where we actually supposed to be. And I think also there are a lot of other companies who have a very unsustainable business model which are thriving right now. And to in my opinion is also due to the fact of the social political state of the world. And also, the fact that a lot of people are valuing less the quality of the products, and taking into account more the price topic. So they actually look forward to having more products for the less amount. And that actually makes the business model, the demand and supply, more very unsustainable. And in the case of fashion brands, this is the issue. And I think that also we are working, like every one of us is working to try to improve this matter. And I really hope there's gonna be, let's say, an improvement from this point of view. But at the same time, as of right now, um, luxury brands are suffering while fast fashion brands are thriving. So I actually can't tell you exactly where this is gonna end or how it's gonna end. But You have the you have two spectrums where people are trying to better the situation, but also people who are firmly consuming at a fast pace these products from different fast fashion companies.
Okay, I see. I mean, your studio is already a very good step forward towards trying to find to better how the fashion industry is going today. But to go back to your studio again, what were your
Yeah.
first steps to put like whatever you do into action? As in, like, tell us what was your first piece of clothing? How was it? How was the experience of trying to sell something at first?
Yeah.
So
So basically, at first, yeah, Julia, go on.
no, no,
Okay. So basically, at first, we I had this design in mind. I wanted me and Julia had in mind to create this sort of like let's say a kimono sweatshirt. So this involved a crop top sweatshirt with a very wide open sleeve. And to do that, we relied on different fabrics we found like in warehouses or different warehouses. We just went and sourced different materials. And the first piece we made actually was the LUV jumper, which consisted of discarded fabrics, and the design was made of this. Well, the silhouette actually represented, Japanese kimonos, as stated before, and we actually tried to sell this product mainly through campaigns. So online campaigns, basically on IG, and also we went to a local store in Milan called PwC, and we dropped off some samples we had developed, and for them to sell for us in their name. And that's how the first steps actually started. And at first we weren't you know that business minded, because mainly the clothes were meant to be worn among friends, me, Julia, and other friends. But then we found that a lot of people actually were interested in trying to have these pieces, and then we were trying to find a strategy to sell them. So we relied on physical um, vendors like PwC, and also we relied on existing platforms like Vinted, which is a platform where people sell reused clothes, and also Vestiaire and Grailed, for example, which are other platforms for used and archived clothes. And the fact that our jumper had this unique design actually made it very interesting for us to be able to sell it around. So people were quite, interested in this sort of silhouette. And, the fact that we were able to do this using the little fabrics we were able to source out in different warehouses was actually what, made us decide that we had to push the system in a way that even though the pieces were all going to be one of one, so different fabrics, but we tried to maintain the same silhouette, and everybody could just have fun with different pieces, different colorways, different fabrics. And yeah, after the jumper, we moved on to different type of items. We've done skirts, we've done bags, we've done accessories, we've done headwear, we've done different types of apparel. So yeah, that's mainly how we started the whole process.
Okay, so we are actually looked a bit at your pieces before starting this conversation, and we really think the silhouette is super original, and we love the work you do. And also for the sustainability aspect, we think it's a very, very inspiring creative studio. And now we go on to the last question, which is what are the next steps that you are planning for love?
So, what we have found out during this journey, I think, is that upcycling is not such a business that you can scale easily, because it's hard and it takes a lot of manual work and also a lot of unique work. So it's really hard to scale up. But as Fortune said, right now, you can have, for example, the same silhouette, so the same pattern, and then you can use it with different. You can play with different fabrics and with different colors, and that's what makes it fun. But at the same time, I think it could be as a small business as far as it goes for upcycling. So small capsule collections, but it's really hard to implement it in a big business way, in my opinion. Maybe Fortune wants to add something on this.
Yeah, I think our goal has never been to, be like, those giants in the fashion industry. Julia and I have always trying to maintain our collections very minimal, and we've done a couple fashion shows, and we've also always tried to avoid overproduction. And as Julia stated, it's just me and her who have been taking on this impressive task of, trying to make upcycled collections, which is actually very, very fun. And the goal for the future actually is to um continue working, continue actually to find new ways of upcycling in a better way, and create unique designs using this method, but also collaborating probably with different brands who are keen on exploring this new, well, not new, but this um upcycling technique as part of the model. And we aim to, do small capsule collections with people who are actually invested in our goal. So our actual goal is to um keep being sustainable in our way, and keep creating and bringing out cool designs, but without actually um having a huge uh global impact, and as I stated early, like before, we do all this because Julia and I, we actually enjoy doing this and we love doing this. So we are um we are ready, and we are very happy to continue this project in a way that benefits both of us and whoever, surrounds us, and especially um globally, the economic and ecological system of the world, so in the end, the end goal for love is just to um keep creating in a very sustainable way,
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for sharing all of this. If you want to shout out your socials, you are very welcome to do so.
I follow us,
Yeah, you
Love
can
Made
follow
Love
us
on
on Instagram
IG.
at Love Made Love.
Yeah,
Well, thank
we've
you
done
so
some
much for
cool
coming
stuff.
on. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
do, you
share all
do.
of
Yeah.
that. No worries. Please go follow. They do
All right.
amazing stuff, and go check their stores. Um, Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you for your time and for this whole conversation.
Thank you for
Very
having us.
inspiring,
Thank
very
you for having us.
insightful. And yeah, bye
Thank
bye.
you very much.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for being one of the first listeners of the It All Starts Here podcast. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
We're excited for this new journey and for what's coming next. Hope to have you here again next Tuesday. Have a great week and don't forget to take the first leap forward. Bye!
Bye.